their
throw
tight ends
before
are like Dale did definitely monsters. They're like
Yep.
they can go
6'7", 6'5", 6'9".
And I don't want to toot my horn about being right about like that.
and they can run like wide receivers. So
they're 500 right now. And we are back from the break here. Like I said before, we're gonna jump into the NFL topics here. Give y'all some picks. But we were going back and forth with a little banter here during the break. Just want to throw congratulations out to David. He got a new position. Finally got out of the office where we used to work. He was there for you were there for 12 years, like I was. You ended up
13 years, I believe.
Good grief, that's too long to spend in one place. But this place was like it was like a sitcom in this place for all 12 years. Like you wouldn't believe it. But
it was the office before the office came out.
The office on
steroids. We were the original office. We just didn't have a film crew.
It was comedy every day.
It was.
And around the time when David started, we used to have dance battles back in there.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I was in my 20s, early 20s.
I was in my 20s. We used to be back there just chilling, and like late at night we'd be having dance battles up in there. We should have recorded that stuff.
Yeah.
But the good old days, and then everybody got bitter and old, and it was pretty horrible after that. So glad you got out and on to greener pastures.
Thank you.
Congrats on that. There was something else we were talking about, and I cut us off, and now I forgot what it was. Harish, I think you actually brought it up, but I can't remember what it was now. Yes, I do. Our post show plans. David, we're gonna all go to Hooters, right? We're meeting up to watch
yes.
Bengals Raiders. So having a guys' night. The wives are gonna watch the baby, and so we're gonna get out and do our thing. Relive the glory days a little bit. So
do you want me to be DD?
Y'all can see the beard is gone here. Yeah, that's probably gonna happen. But yeah, so banter aside, we can go ahead and jump right into the NFL action. First game we got, and the game we're gonna go watch is Bengals Raiders in Cincinnati. What are you thinking, David?
What is the spread 6 right now? Did it jump up to 6?
Yeah.
Live line is 6.
I mean, yeah. Vegas has they have the momentum right now. I'm kind of worried if today's going to be a letdown game after that overtime win last week. And Cincinnati they won in Vegas earlier this year, and it wasn't close. But I mean, if you look at this in terms of the statistics and the matchups, their defense versus offense, both teams are fairly similar. Ranking wise, they're similar. It's a playoff game, and historically, underdogs have done well in the wild card round. And I think I'm going to ride the momentum with Vegas, and yeah, I'll take the points plus 6. Okay. And plus, Burrow was injured, right? He had an ankle injury 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Would you do Raiders money line?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because Bengals coach he's a rookie coach, so
Raiders coach is an interim coach.
I know. So I would really say it's a toss-up. I think it could be a field goal game. Things in the playoffs, it could be a lot tighter than the first meeting. So I mean, I'll take Vegas. I wouldn't be surprised if they won outright. Carr does have more experience than Burrow, even though I think Burrow is more talented, and he has better weapons. But I don't know. I would take the points for this game.
Harish?
See, my feelings on the Raiders. I love how they play the game. I love how they are, and with all the stuff that's been going on in the background, what's still going on in the background, they came together and they've put together a win streak. So when a team is hot, they're hot. But when they're traveling up to Cincinnati in that cold and coming from a warm weather stadium to a cold weather stadium, and the Bengals, people are sleeping on as David said, I think they have more offensive firepower if they get down and they can come back. And I don't think, in my personal opinion, that the Raiders can do that, Because if Cincinnati goes up by 3 scores, I think that game's over. I think the game is over. I think they're going to score big because this is their first playoff game in gosh knows how long, and that stadium's going to be rocking.
Hey, give Andy Dalton some shine here. That man took them to the playoffs like every season. They lost every season, but he
They
took
did.
them there like every
He did.
season.
He
So-
did, but that was about how many years ago was that?
It
Though?
wasn't
Was
that long ago.
It was like what, 5 years ago?
It was in recent history.
Recent history, yes.
But then again, they
I
have
think
been
it's
bad
different.
enough. They were bad enough to get the #1 overall pick. So I mean,
Right. So my thing is like, I think it's due for them to win a playoff game, and this will be like Joe Burrow's next stepping stone. Even though how Derek Carr has never won in a playoff game, or this is his first playoff game too, right? I would think. I think this is Derek Carr's first.
this
playoff
is his
game.
first playoff.
Yeah.
game.
This is first. So it's almost like first, and it's
Because
pretty
he was
much
hurt
to see.
last time they went. He had broken his
Yes, and
ankle
they
or
would have
something.
won that game too if he wasn't hurt.
Oh,
I
they
think would've
definitely
won.
would have.
They would have won. And it's almost like who's going to make that mistake, that crucial mistake. And I kind of lean towards Derek Carr a little bit, even though I like what he's doing. That Cincinnati's defense is a little bit more stingier than Oakland's. So, and playing at home, they have a little bit of chip on their shoulder. So I'm going to say Bengals by 3.
Spread is 6
So-
though.
Yes, I
So
don't.
that-
I don't look at the.
So you like Bengals money line, but
Yeah.
Oakland, if you were betting the lines, you would pick Oakland.
Vegas.
Vegas. What am I talking about?
Oakland Raiders.
So a stat that I'll probably use in the remaining games, but can't use in this one, is quarterbacks making their first start in the postseason are 16 and 36 since 2002. But they're both making their first postseason starts here. So with that being the case, and the fact that I think Oakland has a better defense. You said you said Cincinnati does, and I don't know what the stats say. I don't know how those things bear out, but I think as far as impact players, I think Oakland has
I
the
mean,
defensive line is pretty sick.
I think they're fairly similar. And I would say this Bengals offense is, this pretty much the same as like the Chargers offense that Raiders just played, right?
Yeah,
Because they have Herbert, they had Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Eckler.
Mark Chase is another animal in itself.
Yeah, but I mean,
but they also don't have a complement like a Keenan Allen, who I
Yeah.
mean,
well, T. Higgins he's fine.
T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, they do have like.
they're fine. They're not Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
That's true,
Yeah.
but you can still pass the ball around.
Yeah. I'm not trying to knock their offense at all. They've got Joe Burrow. He might not be there yet. Next season, he's going to be top 5 QB, where Derek Carr already is. So
Derek Carr is not a top 5 quarterback. We had this. We
had
had
this
this.
Don't
discussion.
let Chris hear you.
we had this. Chris didn't necessarily disagree. David did. Chris, I don't think put any. He didn't really give an
Oh,
opinion.
5.
I'm standing by it unless he goes out there and stinks it up tonight.
Oh,
But I don't
5?
expect
No
that.
way.
I don't expect him to go out there and stink it up. With the adversity they have had this season, this dude, he's battle tested. He's ready to go. I think he's going to be feeding the beast and Waller tonight. They're going to be feeding Jacobs out of the backfield. The defensive line is already crazy. Crosby's going to go off on them. Watch what I tell you. He's going to be the impact player of the game. He's going to be the difference maker and help them at least cover that 6. But I agree that they could very well win it outright.
Oh, outright, just like
Yeah.
just blown.
Yeah,
blown-
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm always advocate for taking the hotter team in the playoffs because look
Yeah.
what happened to the Giants that 1 year, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
They beat New England to end the season, and then
They
you just
beat
got
him
to
in
pick
the
at the
Super
right
Bowl.
time.
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
the playoffs. It's one win any given Sunday, so you just got to peak at the
Hmm.
right time. So I'm
That's true.
always taking the hotter team.
so that's
What
a clean
about-
sweep. Then we've all got Oakland to at least cover. And me and
Yeah.
David think they could get it outright. Harish picked the Bengals outright, so we'll see how that goes. You'll probably be the only one right there on that one, but I like Carr, so I'm that's my pick.
See, the problem is I'm kind of torn, but I just like the way the offense clicks for the Cincinnati Bengals. It's
Yeah,
just
no question.
it's just
Yeah.
like if they're down by 3 scores, they can easily. I don't know what it is. They just put it together. It's almost like
It's,
the 49ers. When the 49ers were down, they wanted to win that game against the Rams. Whatever hook or crook they did, they
Well,
played a heck of a game.
They had to win.
They had
To
to,
make the
but
playoffs.
Exactly. It's like
But
right now they
something-
have to win.
something that
They
really
have
worked
to.
in their favor is the fact that they were playing against Matt Stafford. We'll get into that later. But
Yeah. So what about the evening game? Like
Well,
the Patriots and
to
Bills.
close out on that game, a guy, explosive plays help you in the regular season, but that's not how the playoffs usually bear out. Both teams have strong running games. Cincinnati has Mixon. Will they
Mhm.
lean on that? I don't really think they will, because I think the coach is he's inexperienced. He's going to expect them to be able to play the same type of game that they have in the regular season, and that's not going to happen. That could take them out of the game early. They go out there and
Yeah.
try to do that.
Yeah,
So
that's
we'll see
true.
how it plays out. But where you were taking
Maybe
us is into the
well,
next game. This game, I said, is the one. If I had to miss one out of this playoff round, I could miss this one and not lose any sleep over it. But I know for the national audience, there's still a lot of Patriots fans, and then Buffalo has a huge following. So, David, lead us off. Where are we going here with this one? Buffalo, New England.
I'm gonna, man. I mean, I was big on Belichick and the Patriots a couple weeks ago,
Mhm.
and it looks like the magic's worn off.
mm,
The issue with New England is if they're trailing in a game, I don't think they're a team capable of coming back.
Yeah.
You know, they like to run the ball, control the clock, play good defense. So if they're winning, and if they're winning from the get-go, then they're able to
Thunder wanted to
play
say
their
hi.
game plan. Hi.
hey guy.
But yeah, I mean this game might be a good live bet situation. Whoever takes the lead early on, just keep backing them. But I'm gonna have to go with Buffalo here. I think they've been playing better recently. And they're more efficient offensively. They won in New England not too long ago. And yeah, they're the hotter team right now. So I'm gonna ride Buffalo. I think it's a -4.5.
It
Yes.
is live line is -5.
Oh,
Minus
-5.
five.
Wow. Okay.
So it moved to 5. Yeah, I
Mhm.
would take Buffalo.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be close.
Yeah, I'll take Buffalo because of their defensive line. I mean, even though with their recent struggles, when they went up to New England, they just dominated. So, and it's also it's Matt Jones's, as Dale put out that stat. I mean, this is his first playoff game, right?
Yeah.
So, and going to Buffalo and that line, that crowd riling up the Buffalo thing, it's going to be very difficult for.
To support what you said, rookie quarterbacks are 2-9 in playoff games.
Yeah.
So in the last decade.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that support that backs you up even more.
Are the 2 wins Ben Roethlisberger?
It's the last decade, so that would have been before that, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
couldn't pull.
Been
I couldn't
over a
pull who it
decade.
is. Yeah.
Wow,
Big
it's been
Ben.
over a
That's
decade.
almost 20
Holy
years
crap.
ago when he was a rookie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel
geez,
old
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I remember when he was a rookie, they had Jerome Bettis as like his last year
Mhm.
Yep.
in the
His
league.
last ride. But I think
Oh,
I don't think Matt Jones can pull it off, but yeah.
Russell Wilson would have been one of them because they beat Washington.
Oh
In
yeah,
in the
And
playoffs.
I'll have to think about the other one. But go ahead.
but that game was a wash, right? Because RG3 was also rookie.
Yeah, but it's still two.
Yeah,
two,
yeah.
Rookies playing,
wins.
so
Someone
one
had
will
to
win, one will lose.
I have to pull the other one. I don't know what it was.
Okay.
But I think this game may surprise us a little bit, though. I think this game may. I mean, with Belichick still the coach, something like you still got to give like a little bit of a leniency to the Patriots because he is
Yeah.
an exceptional coach. So
He's
this
the
game
X
may
factor.
surprise us a little bit. It may surprise us. We may think like, of course, Buffalo. I mean, I'm thinking they're going to win, but I don't. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people expect.
Yeah, Belichick's the X factor. I mean, they New England did beat Buffalo in Buffalo, but that game I feel like it's an anomaly because it was one of those weird windy wind games where it was like over 20 miles an hour winds, so
Yeah.
it was really hard to pass the ball or throw the ball.
Right.
So
It's really funny you say that. It's like Patriots, like they're getting their own like luck with that when it
Yeah.
snows or when. So what's the weather like in Buffalo? Because that's going to be.
Well, I'm sure it's cold. What was your official pick, Karish? You said.
I'm sorry.
What was your official pick?
Oh, my official pick was Buffalo by. I mean, they're 5, so I'll say they'll cover the 5. The cover
Good
the
deal.
5.
I like this game because we're gonna y'all two are against me on this one. There ain't no chance. I
Are you-
guarantee New England
serious?
covers that. New England they'll keep that game. If I had to pick a money line pick, I'd pick New England to win outright. I guarantee they'll keep it within 5 though. So if you're betting,
Huh.
lock it
Hmm.
up. New England plus 5. Josh Allen has been too inconsistent this season for me to want to put any money on him.
Mhm.
Their running game is not strong enough to me for playoff football. With his inconsistent play, I don't know what to expect from their defense either. I know what I'm getting from New England. They're going to come out there and pound the rock. If Mac Jones needs to make a play, I don't know who he's going to throw it to. They got Hunter Henry. Maybe you can throw it to him. But
They
their
only
defense,
go to him in the end zone.
there you go. That's all they need. Their defense is solid, but then you've got the Belichick, the X factor. I think they're going to keep the game close and pull it out in the end. New England start with the field goal. I think they'll win the game outright.
All right, I say Buffalo by 20 plus here. The reason why,
That's only because I guaranteed it.
no, the reason why is
Hmm.
Buffalo. This game happened, Buffalo in New England, and that was for the division
Playoffs.
lead. That was for the
Oh.
division lead. It was a huge game, and then Buffalo just crushed them. Like,
So
I'm telling you, if New England gets behind, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna just keep running the ball, trying to get back in the game? They need to throw the ball, and
The
if that
key is-
happens,
New England has to get the kickoff. If they get the kickoff, they can just
do we have a
Control the clock from
stat
there.
where Bill Belichick has lost the
gave out
first
that
game?
rookie quarterback stat, and then he guarantees New England.
that stat means New England is due.
I don't know.
He's saying the do factor.
Due
Uh-oh.
theory.
The do theory. So
There-
do we
yeah.
know what percentage of games Bill Belichick has won and back to like playing the same team twice? Like, do we know
This
like what
This will be the
stat
third
is?
game. This will be the third game.
And they
The third
split,
game?
so
So it's because I'm thinking like because he used to have that all that talent with Brady and everybody in there. So there wasn't really like, okay, if we play these guys again in the playoffs, we'll win. But he doesn't have that kind of player or personnel, I think, to win against the Buffalo Bills, even though Buffalo has been up and down. But I'm sorry, Dale. I don't think the Patriots can pull it off
we
this time.
shall see.
I mean,
And then-
I think in order for Patriots to win, they
Okay,
need
how
to
about
get-
this? If Buffalo wins, if Patriots win, I will buy a round or 2 rounds with you and David. 2 rounds.
And what do I have to
Well,
do?
I'm betting Buffalo, but so I don't.
Well, I mean, I'll buy you 2 rounds. I'll buy you 2 rounds, Dale. If
And what do I have to do if New England loses?
just since I don't drink anymore, dang.
You gotta buy them buffalo wings for
See,
Buffalo.
I don't eat wings.
See,
No.
I am not feel like we can do this on another game. I don't feel confident enough about this game to put money on it.
You guarantee it. Okay, do it with the spread. Do it with the spread.
I
Then.
can do it with the spread. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we'll do it with the spread. So how about this?
That I like
If-
that. That's fine
If the
because
Patriots
I guaranteed the
cover-
spread.
Yeah,
That's what
you
I
guarantee
get, yeah.
the spread.
you
Yeah.
guarantee the spread. So if they cover the spread,
Go ahead.
then I'll get you 2 rounds. 2
Sounds
rounds
good.
of your choice, whatever you
Well,
want.
we
2
will-
rounds. on.
This will have to be for next time though, because we're only staying for that one game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
But
right. That's
but
right.
I'll take a rain check on it. That works. And
Take a
then
rain
for
check,
you,
yeah.
and then for y'all, if I'm wrong, what is it? Okay.
Um,
For y'all, since we're gonna go bowling at some point, I'll buy y'all both a game of bowling.
All right.
Okay. When do you want to go bowling?
We'll work that
That's
out.
actually
We'll
Okay.
work that out. Coming up, we'll see what this weather is gonna do, and then try to plan after that.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's supposed to be
geez.
it's supposed to be a
People snap.
dud actually. So hopefully.
No.
Oh, really? How
Hopefully.
long are you in town for?
We haven't booked our flight home yet, but we're looking at possibly 2 more weeks,
Okay.
and then we'll
I-
be coming right back for the cherry blossoms.
Oh yeah,
So yeah.
she loves her cherry blossoms.
Yep.
I heard different, man. I heard there's going to be like a foot of snow in certain parts of
See,
Virginia.
That's
and-
what I've been hearing. We prepped for that. But then
Yeah.
late last night, Howard Bernstein, who's a local meteorologist, best in the game, if you ask me, he posted on Facebook that he put, unfortunately for you snow lovers, looks like this is going to be a mix event, rain, snow mix, which won't, there won't be any accumulation. So I believe him. Hopefully he's right, but you know, it's always a 50-50 shot. We'll see how it goes.
When we
I'm
wake
not
up in
betting
the
on that
morning
one.
and we see.
I ain't betting on snow.
Don't bet on the weather.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not betting on the weather. So the next game for the wild card weekend is going to be Philly and Tampa. David, lead us off.
You want to give us a spread? Is it 8.5?
It is
or
live line
no?
is 8.5.
Yeah. I like, this is my favorite play of the weekend. I don't know why Tampa is favored by so many points. I like Philly plus 8.5. They played earlier this year. I know Philly backdoored that game, but Philly's been playing a lot better as of late.
Yeah.
I mean, they rested all their players last week. So, I mean, they're more of a run-based team now, and I think Tampa Bay's dealing with too many injuries. Not sure why they're favored so many points. We saw what happened with Antonio Brown. And Godwin is actually a huge injury because he's been like the fallback guy. Whenever Brady just needs to check it down, he would just throw it down to Godwin. And is Fournette still out? How long is Fournette out for?
That's a great question. Let's see.
Mm.
Because
Because he
I feel like he's back. Let me confirm the. Oh gosh, let's see. Bear with us, guys. He's questionable. So
Yeah.
he's probably going to play.
he's probably gonna play. But
Truly game time decision is what it says.
Yeah.
But they have
I mean,
Le'Veon Bell, so they don't need him.
Wait, is
Yeah,
Le'Veon playing though?
I'm still
Who?
going with Philly.
Is Le'Veon Bell still going to play, or is
Yeah,
he
he's
going to be
active.
like one of those?
No, he's
active.
yeah. Harish, you got Philly plus 8.5.
Plus 8.5. Yeah, lock it up.
Lock it up.
I'm locking Philly in 8.5, man. I mean, the Buccaneers, like, they have nobody on offense anymore. Like, what was it going to do? Gronk's going to make you win this game? Gronk alone? I mean, the
Don't
Philly
sleep.
defense is going to take care of him. I mean,
Don't
if
sleep.
you look at it, as much, I hate to say this, the last stretch when Philly played, they're on a hot streak, and they're going into the playoffs hot. Like they as David said, they rested people and they're ready to play. And I just feel that with this team, it's a little bit different than the old Philly teams. They're more hungrier, and it's kind of a disrespect too to have 8.5 when, even though Tampa Bay is defending Super Bowl champions, I mean, they're not an 8.5 point swing against Philly. I mean, I don't know, understand how they came up with that line, but I think we're going to be surprised by, it could even be a beatdown. It can be a good old fashioned Philly beatdown up in Tampa.
So I don't think either one of y'all is saying is crazy at all. My brother did some coaching with Philly in the offseason, leading in training camp. And he spoke very highly of Sirianni when Sirianni was getting clowned by everybody else. And what he's done with this team with Hurts at QB is very impressive. And I don't think anybody expected this kind of run from them. Their running game, despite the injuries, has remained pretty consistent there. When Hurts needs to make a play with his arm, he's been able to do it. He's got Devontae Smith. He's got Goddard. Their defensive line is still pretty sick. This is my upset call of the week. Money line, Philly. I think they're going to beat Tampa.
Wow.
I think Tampa's. You wouldn't say anybody would overlook a playoff game, but I don't think they're as hyped about this kind of game. I think they're looking forward to the next round. Probably expected to have the bye in there at some point during the season, but with that not playing out, I could see Philly going down there and shocking the world. And I'm picking that. I'll pick them money line. So of course I'm taking them plus 8.5. I love it. I love this matchup.
Lock it up.
Lock it up. We're all on Philly with the points there. So that's an easy bet. Y'all can go ahead and lock that one in. Put your 401k on it. Next game, and this is another one for y'all. This is a juicy matchup. San Fran and going down to Dallas. David, start us off. The line is Dallas -3.
Yeah, I'm going San Fran +3. I mean, Dallas, their defense is predicated on stopping the pass and creating turnovers. San Fran just runs the ball. That's their game plan. They're just gonna go down there, run, give it to Debo Samuel, you know, or maybe George Kittle. But their game is gonna be all about the run game. And I still don't trust this Dallas offense. Dak has spurts where he looks good, but it's the playoffs. What has Dallas done in the playoffs over the last 20 years? So
Plus.
I mean, yeah, I like San Fran here. I think they're gonna win, and yeah, Dallas has lost some games at home this year too. They lost to the Raiders. They lost to the Broncos.
They got housed by the Broncos.
Yeah,
Figure that one
so
out.
they look vulnerable at home in certain games, and I think San Fran's going to take this one.
Harish?
So, man, I don't want to say this though, but I freaking
Do
like-
it. Do it.
You're gonna say Dallas, but it's
Yeah.
okay. You're gonna be wrong.
I can't even say the name out of my mouth because I despise them so much. But the Dallas is the only the 49ers put so much effort to win against the Rams. I think they may overexerted themselves coming into Dallas. I think that game kind of hurt them. Even though they played a great game, I think they exerted so much energy just to get in and win. The Cowboys are ready, and even though their offense may be lacking here and there, but that defense is just crazy. I mean, even though it's a high risk, high reward defense, they're playing at a different level. And Micah Parsons, that dude is just a special player, and he can change a game very quickly. And I think that's what's going to happen in this game, is because they're going to use him and that front line, and they're going to destroy the offensive line of the 49ers. Even though I want the 49ers to win, it's not going to happen. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. If they didn't take that game into overtime, and with that, and the exuberant, did they go into overtime too, right?
Yeah.
If they didn't go into overtime, they beat them in regulation, I would have picked the 49ers. But I think the energy that they kind of put out, I think that was their last kind of thing, and they're not going to come ready for this game. I'm sorry. It pains me to say this. But Dallas is going to win this game by defense alone.
We've got the 10-minute warning here, so I'll make it quick. But you said their defensive line is going to destroy the Niners' offensive line. That's a bold statement. That's a hot take, because the Niners' offensive line is they're elite, and they took care of the Rams without Trent Williams. They're getting the Silverback back this week. So believe me when I tell you, Shanahan has a plan for Micah Parsons. That offensive line, they're not going to shy away.
He's the only one.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only one they need to worry about.
Yeah. And they're not going to shy away from. If I'm Shanahan and I know how he thinks, they're going to run right at him. You know why? Because that sends the brunt of that offensive line at him, and he's smaller too. He doesn't want any part of that. He likes to run and catch plays like sacks from the backside and all that. He doesn't want to see the Trent Williams coming. Nobody wants to see that. So they're gonna run right down their throats. They're gonna take charge of this game from the start. When they need a play, they're gonna go right at Diggs because he gives up the big plays. You send Debo at him. I like that one-on-one matchup. Debo will Debo him. I'm not worried about Dallas at all. Not worried about their offense or their defense. I think San Francisco takes charge from the start. They'll easily cover the 3, and I think they win outright. I mean, not cover the 3, but they'll easily win. I mean, they won't lose by more than 3, but I think they'll win outright. This is not even an upset in my book. They're going to win this game. And
No. Here's a stat. Dallas has what impressive win have they had this year? The only team that they beat above 500 was in New England, right? They played the NFC East. They beat Giants twice, Washington twice. If you look at their schedule, there's no standout win. So I think this team, their value is inflated. Why are they only getting 3 points if they're so elite at home in a playoff?
That's a push. 3
I
points
mean,
is a push.
I mean,
Good
they're
point.
they're on the neutral field. They're
Pick them.
yeah, it's a pick 'em. So I like San Fran because yeah, they're deep. I mean, Dallas defense is predicated on getting turnovers. But unless San Fran fumbles a lot, which I don't think they will,
That they do not.
because we know what they're gonna do. They're just gonna run the ball.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, I like San Fran. If Dallas wins, I'll be kind of shocked, honestly. Even though they're the favorites here, I think unless Shanahan chokes this game away, like you know,
Which he has shown the propensity to do.
yeah.
Um,
But yeah, I'm taking San Fran. And I'll probably tease this too,
uh,
with another game. Tease it with maybe Philly or something. But
Mm.
can you do teasers in the playoffs?
you could, yeah, any game you could tease.
FanDuel?
What does
I'll
that
check on
mean?
that later. I want because we're running out of time here. I won't play with that while we're. So we've got 7 minutes left. Next game on the slate, we've got Pittsburgh and KC in KC. Wow, KC minus 12.5. That's crazy.
Yeah, Casey's gonna win this game, man. I mean, Pittsburgh got lucky to get in.
I don't think it's crazy. Did you not see their first matchup?
12.5 in
happened?
the
They
playoffs.
destroyed Pittsburgh.
Yeah, dude, like it
Their
was
defense
bad.
shut them down. They then got a garbage time touchdown, which that caused me to lose my fantasy matchup, unfortunately. But
So that it's gambler's
It was
bitterness.
literally
Then
a
that's why you're
garbage
saying.
time yeah, I know. I was very bitter. I was facing Big Ben and Deontay Johnson,
Ooh.
and he threw a touchdown to Deontay Johnson, so it was a double whammy. And it was in garbage time, but they were getting crushed all game.
You like him to cover then?
It's a lot of points. This is probably the game I'll tease San Fran and take KC minus 6.5% under touchdown. But yeah, I mean, I think Kansas City wins. I'll be surprised if it's a close game.
Harish, you on the same page there?
Yeah, I'm on the same page. There's no way like Pittsburgh is going to beat Kansas City, man. I'm sorry. Like I think this is going to be a 20-point deficit. Like I think it's going to be an outright like
So you say
blowout
KC
game.
covers too?
Yeah, they're gonna blow them out the door, dude. Like this is Ben Roethlisberger's last year. He's off in the sunset. He's already thinking about like Mai Tais on a Hawaii beach.
Man, y'all are crazy.
Crazy.
I like
You're
Pittsburgh
biased.
plus 12
You
and a
have
half.
too many biases in the league. That's your problem.
How are
I'm
you going to take
biased.
Pittsburgh?
I'm biased because not to win, to cover that 12 and a half. KC is going to win, no doubt about that. If you're
A
betting
lot
money
of
line,
points, but
12
is a
that,
lot,
that 12
dude.
and a half though, I'm taking Pittsburgh plus 12 and a half because the players, I mean, the rosters, they're of course they're overmatched on paper, but it's coming down to this is Ben's last game. They're going to leave it all out there, and I'm sure in practice they've left it all out there too. And Tomlin has been telling the guys, this is it for Ben. Last hurrah. Let's go out there and leave it on the field for him. And that leave it on the field for him is going to keep them within 12 and a half. No chance they win, but they'll keep it within 12 and a half. So that's my
Bold
pick.
statement. Not going to happen.
not gonna happen.
Last game of the week, we've got 4 minutes and 25 seconds. Last game of the wild card weekend, we've got Arizona going to LA to match up with the Rams. Rams -4. David, lead us off.
Oh man, this is tough. NFC West seems to have a pattern, right? It's like the Rams own Seattle, and then San Fran owns the Rams. I think Rams have also been owning Arizona lately. So -4. I mean, that's tough. It's a divisional game. I like taking the points in divisional games though. 4 is a lot, and Rams still do have Matt Stafford, so we expect them to dominate a game. I don't think he's gonna blow out any team. I believe Cardinals have won in LA this year in that game. So I'll take the points here. +4, Arizona +4.
Good deal, Harish. We've got 3 minutes.
I'm picking Cardinals. I'm picking the Cardinals over the Rams. And I expect them to. I'm sorry.
Outright. over the
Outright.
points.
I'm picking because I think the Rams have exerted so much energy against the 49ers. They're not going to come up. Even though I picked them to win the Super Bowl, I kind of retracted that statement after I saw the last couple of games. So, and with Matt Stafford at helm, it's not. You can get to him, and if he starts like fumbling and bumbling, which he does sometimes, and it's not, they're not going to win this game outright. That defense is going to clamp up on them.
After the loss last week, I put $1 on the Rams plus 1,000 to win the Super Bowl. So I'm, for rooting interest for my dollar, I'm hoping to win so I can get $10.
Wait,
But-
who?
The Rams
Who
plus
did you bet?
1,000 to win the Super Bowl.
But you hate Matt Stafford.
No, I just did it because the odds were so good. So for my money, I hope they win, but I don't see it either. I like the Cardinals outright too. I think they go out there and beat them because of Matt Stafford.
Mhm.
That the Rams are a quarterback away from being a Super Bowl team. He's going to go out there and prove that this week, and then they can make a move in the offseason to get somebody in there who can take this team over the top. He's not the guy to do it, and he's going to go out there and stink it up. I'm picking the Cardinals, like I'm right along with y'all. You like them with the points, Dave, but I like them outright. So those are our picks for the wild card weekend there. We've got just under 2 minutes to go. Anything else y'all want to touch on before we wrap it up?
Go ahead, David.
Yeah, I think we covered. You want to go over what your favorite bet is?
My
For
favorite bet, the one I
for the
guaranteed,
ball bet? So your guarantee is
New England.
Patriots
That's right.
+5. What was
Outright.
the line? Okay.
I
No,
think it is.
but your
Yes, it's
favorite-
5. Yeah.
Okay. Harish,
I'm going to say, my outright. I'm going to say
Your
the
favorite
Eagles.
of your picks.
Well, my favorite of my pick is the
Oh.
Bengals over the Raiders. That's my favorite. Easy.
We'll see
-6?
about that. We'll
Bengals
see about that.
-6. Bengals -6 is your favorite bet?
Yes.
Okay. Mine is Philly +8.5. I think Tampa Bay's overvalued here. They're dealing with injuries. I think Philly will keep it within a touchdown. And for an under, or my favorite like underdog to win outright, I like San Fran. I'll take +3.
Good
I
deal. We've
think
got
that's-
about 20 seconds left. David, there was a topic that I brought up I was going to get into on a previous show that we ran out of time on. Would you mind joining us on the next show for about 30 minutes? I want to go over it with you and see what you think about it. I won't bring it up here.
Okay.
I'll save it. I'll tease it. But next week, if you can spare 30 minutes to come on with us.
Next week?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
Good deal. So we are
That's good.
running out of time. We've got like 10 seconds. Talking Hats. Thank y'all for joining us, and we appreciate the support. Like, subscribe. Y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy these NFL games. And we are the Talking Hats, and we are out. Peace out.
Peace
Have
and
a good weekend.
love.
Stay safe in the snow.
See you guys later.
Bye.